Hi everyone, it's Brent here again. I'm doing an update of the trial tomatoes, hydroponic versus self-watering containers, otherwise in this format known as gutter gardening. So we'll go around here and we'll take a look quick at a side-by-side. If you look at the height, the hydroponic tomatoes are still taller, but honestly I think the self-watering containers have caught up maybe a little bit in height, but other than that not much difference from in height difference from last time. The self-watering container, or the the hydroponic tomatoes, if you look here, look at their foliage, it is greener. There's some leaf curl on some of them. This is the big beef and there's some leaf curl on that. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but they're not dead. Over here on the self-watering containers, if you take a look at these, there's also a little bit of leaf curl, but the coloration is not as dark. Okay, I've trimmed up the leaves on the bottom of each one about to the lowest fruit set for a couple reasons. One, to increase aeration in the greenhouse, and to neat things or make things neater for me. Mostly for aeration though, disease control and whatnot. Okay, let's look at the tomatoes here on the hydroponics. These are the two types that are in the trial are the big beef, and that's what's in the first four, and the last two, the potato leaf ones, are Brandy Boy. And just looking at the production, you can see there's big beef tomatoes all over the place. Okay, some really nice ones, some smallish ones, but some really nice ones. Got a red one there. I've already pulled off some, so you're not getting the full growth because you're not seeing the ones that I had taken off. But regardless, lots of tomato set, and I am pollinating with an electric toothbrush and shaking. I'm doing both now. These are the Brandy Boys. Nice big tomatoes and good fruit set all the way up. This particular one's a little bit of an oddity, the way it's growing, its growth habit on the end here. I think next year the end, because it grows on this side and there's not a bar directly above it, I'm going to put a pepper on just on the ends, and then the rest will be tomatoes. On the other side, the flip side, as you can see, the pepper I was just talking about. The tomato set on these are quite good. There are some, and there's more that are setting. The production in the tomato set, the flowers, I'm gonna say it's still a little too early to call, because I think maybe they're catching up. You can see the tomatoes there all over, but at least in the beginning, there's a couple nice healthy ones. But at least in the beginning, they were not setting as much as the hydroponic tomatoes. But now I'm pretty content with the tomato set and the flowers. Lots of yellow flowers, lots of potential production there, which I really like. So overall, I think it's the self-watering containers are holding their own, you know, decently. The hydroponic tomatoes are probably the way I'm gonna go, because they're not difficult at all, and if you take a look at them, their stalks are big. They're like man, I'm here, bud. I am here. Look at me go. Whereas if you look at the others on the self-watering containers, they're smaller. Not as thick, obviously. Not as robust. And I'm going to save a red one, red tomato from each one of these. I'll do a big beef versus big beef as soon as these produce over here a ripe fruit. Here's one that's pretty close. It doesn't look like a super healthy sample. It was one of the ones before they got completely on the system, so I may wait for the second one. But anyway, I'll just do a comparison of the two different tastes and see how they taste. By the way, in case you didn't notice, which I'm sure you did, those are pepper plants. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 7 different pepper plants, and they're spindly and light colored because I pulled them out of the garden. My garden plot outside is pretty anemic, and these things have been struggling like crazy, so I didn't want to lose the peppers. I want them to do what this one is doing. Monster hydroponic monster peppers. Crazy big, beautiful monster bell peppers. Lots of set in there. That's a tree. That is a freaking pepper tree right there. Anyway, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grow definitely hydroponic peppers, is without a doubt. And I'm gonna try what Bobby showed in overwinter this one. See if I can anyway. Bring it back even more massively beautiful. Anyway, if I can get these peppers to produce similarly, I only need one of each. And in the greenhouse, which is my preferred growing method now, I can already tell you that definitively. The less varieties you grow, the more space you save and more other varieties you can grow. So, but if you can still get some production on one plant, maybe 2 plants that you need, then there's no point in growing tons of them. And that's what I'm going to try to do with several different types of vegetables. So that's the trial. In this particular case, hydroponic versus self-watering containers, otherwise in this format known as gutter gardening. And I am not claiming a victor yet, because they are both pretty impressive.